This debate reminded me of a story that my high school teacher used to say to me. His name was Mr. Reed, and he used to say, kids, go back and look at your elementary school pictures and think how nerdy and how dorky you all looked as children. And now think that that was the best that you ever looked. You tried so hard on picture day, so think of all of the other days, how bad it must have been. And I want to say, Joe Biden, they were making him the best that he possibly could be tonight. They locked him away at Camp David for 7 days. They were doing everything in their power to make sure that he was going to come out on the top of his game tonight. And this is what we got. So I want to bring in the panel now with Delano Squires and Matthew Peterson. And Delano, the initial takeaways for you are what?
So for President Trump, he was energetic but disciplined. He was far more restrained in his personal responses than I thought he would have been. Whoever prepped him, this was like a Karate Kid or Creed 2 moment where he had his Rocky, he had Mr. Miyagi and Rocky in his corner. Whoever prepped him did a fantastic job. So he was restrained in his personal responses. Even when President Biden froze that first time, he could have easily referenced Sleepy Joe or something like that. He didn't do that. Obviously, President Biden lost his train of thought a number of times. He rambled. He was incoherent at times. At times, he would have bursts of energy. So it wasn't a good performance. This is one of those times where the visual medium actually picks up on things that just listening to it on the radio would not, or the phonograph, as President Biden may think we're still using.
Oh.
And I think for CNN, the moderators played it as straight tonight as you would have expected. I didn't see any times where President Trump felt like he was battling. It was a 2-on-1. They actually did what most people want journalists to do, which is to ask questions and let the person you're speaking to, respond. And they did that tonight, and they didn't make themselves the star of the show. And that was actually unexpected for me.
Matthew, what were your takeaways?
Well, I echo some of that. I mean, I think we have to emphasize Trump's discipline. I think he may have listened to a certain member of this network as advice today that Glenn Beck gave to Don Jr., but he showed a discipline that most people consider rare. I mean, granted, they don't actually see him in this circumstance very often, but it was also something you could feel viscerally. The images tonight were amazing. I mean, the images, as we will talk about some more, I think, right? I mean, there were two movies playing. One was audio, one was visual. And when you saw Trump, you could see the restraint. You could see sometimes almost I feel bad for this guy. And, he communicated a lot that way. And that was very powerful. I guess my ultimate takeaway, though, is I'm a little bit angry tonight that we're all of a sudden in this situation where all of these very smart people, all of these people who have been saying it's fine, are all of a sudden realizing, oh my gosh, Joe Biden can't make it. Joe Biden seems to be senile. Are you kidding me? We've known this for months.
We have known this for months. And Stu, I don't think that it's going to get any better tomorrow, unfortunately, for the American people. I think that we're going to continue knowing this, and it'll be just all the same for quite some time.